Hello, everyone, and welcome to Burn the Ship, the podcast that helps entrepreneurs go all in on their business and connect them with professionals that can help them to do so. My name is Roderick Ricks, and today we have a very special guest, Miss Sarah Mullany, right?
That's right.
Said it right? With Sarah Mullany Wellness. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Roderick. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for coming on today and talking with us. Today we want to just find out a little bit more about your story and how you can possibly help some of these entrepreneurs who have started the journey and trying to get out there, may have gotten stuck a little bit, and then they hear from you, and then that can help get them going. So I know time is one of our most valuable resources, so we'll go ahead and jump into it.
Sounds great.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm from here, born and raised in Georgia, and I went to school for exercise and health science.
Right.
So in the field of wellness, and I just fell in love with it, graduated from KSU, and been in the field ever since.
Okay, excellent. So was it one of those things as you were growing up, you played sports, or what made you lean towards that?
So I really think it started way back in the day, actually.
Okay.
My mom was an aerobics instructor in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
So I think my love for fitness really started young.
Yes.
There was literally, she was an aerobics instructor, step aerobics back in the day, the real
Yes.
bright colors and
I
everything.
remember. Was she
Yes.
at the YMCA?
No, she worked at Australian Body Works.
Okay.
And so they had a nursery where there was like this huge glass window that you could watch your parents work out. And so I was probably like starting real young, like a year old, 2 years old. I was watching her lead exercise, through the glass window. And I still have memories from that place.
Nice.
So.
Do you still have one of those aerobic steps? I remember those.
I do have one.
What?
Actually, I personally do. It's not, bright purple or orange or anything, but I do still have a step.
Yeah, that's what comes to my mind. The different colored pants and then that step for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, that's what she did. Step aerobics.
Well, cool.
So,
That's good to know. That's
Goes way
good to
back.
know that you've been loving this for a long time, which always helps when it comes to you taking care of your clients. Now,
Absolutely.
Is it one of those things where once you finish school at KSU, did you jump right into fitness? Did you do something else? Tell us a little bit about that.
So I was actually personal training already before I graduated.
Okay.
And then when I graduated, I went into corporate wellness, and I was also training at that facility as well. So I was their wellness associate and I was personal training. And then I went into working at Lifetime Fitness, actually. I was training there. And I became their metabolic specialist. So I just fell in love with metabolics and weight loss, and I'm just fascinated with the human body.
Okay, so it's not just simply exercises. You're trying to help with nutrition and all of those things.
Yes.
Okay.
And it became very personal for me as well. I was actually diagnosed with PCOS at a young age, and then just had my own health struggles that really led me here. In college, I hired my own personal trainer because I was in need of that, and that's what really started me on getting into personal training and health and wellness, just diving into my own health.
Gotcha. Now, you said that you were at Lifetime, but now you have your own wellness company.
Yes.
Tell us what happened, because what I found talking to entrepreneurs, something happened where it's like, okay, I'm going to transition from this to burning my ship and going in all in on my business. Tell us a little bit about what happened and what has you on your current journey.
Yeah, so I actually ended up, before I actually left my wellness career 8 years ago is when it actually kind of first started to transition into this. I was still working in a corporate job. I was actually a marketing director for a running company. So I'd gotten into the marketing side of things, but still for a wellness industry. And then I got pregnant with my first daughter.
Okay.
So she is about to be 8 this year.
Oh, okay.
And I decided that I wanted to be home. So I left, and then I was home for a little bit doing some some online fitness stuff from home while she was a baby. And then I started working actually for a family business, my brother's own.
Okay.
So I started doing that from home, which was a great blessing. I'm so grateful I was able to do that and just focus on being home with my babies. I've had 3 now.
Okay. Nice.
And I think just also due to, I guess, go back to the point of being diagnosed with PCOS at a young age, I was also told I may never have kids. So when I became pregnant with my first, that was a huge deal for me.
Yes.
I didn't know if I'd ever have kids, and I didn't want to miss any moments.
Okay.
So that was really why I guess I decided to come home, and then working for my brother's business was a very part-time thing, very flexible, and great thing, but not what I'm passionate about. I was doing that for about the last 5 years.
Okay.
And then I left I've really been feeling the tug to get back into health and wellness and really dive full force into it as my own business and not go back to work for someone else, but just do it on my own.
Okay.
And so I officially put my notice in earlier this year, and February was my last day was in February of working for the family business.
Getting going.
Yeah, I think that I finally just got to this point. My youngest daughter's 3 years old now.
Okay.
And now that they're all kind of in that school
independent-ish.
age, I'm like getting to that
Independent-ish.
point where I'm like, I have a little more time to pursue my passions and dive back into that. And so I'm actually in a program currently I finish in the end of June for being a health and wellness coach. So health coaching is more of like that lifestyle dive, you know, talking to people about all the nitty gritty and the underlying factors and getting to root causes and all of that. So I've been very passionate about that on my own personal health and wellness journey.
Yes.
So beyond just the personal training side of it, I'm incorporating that into my business now, which I absolutely love.
Nice.
I love getting to talk to people about all of those factors as well. So.
Excellent. Now, before I go to the next segment, do the kids watch you through the window as you do your exercises?
They are in the room with me.
Oh, okay.
They are crawling on me.
Yes.
So it's been fun. I mean, they've definitely grown up with a very active mama.
Okay.
And I need to see if my mom still has some of those old aerobics tapes. You know, I mean, I'm sure she does. I could probably share those with my kids and be like, so could you imagine mama listening to these while I'm working out?
Right. That's awesome. And I'm glad they have been coming along on your journey as well, because obviously you saw it from your mom. They see it from you. If nothing else, they'll understand it's a healthy lifetime.
Yes.
And as we are talking about that, you have been in wellness for so long. So I am confident you have acquired all types of skills over that time. Do you mind sharing with us a skill or two that you've acquired and nurtured and what could possibly help members of the audience?
Absolutely. I think just really remembering your story, remembering where you come from, because I think that as a business owner, we're speaking to an audience, right? I mean, we all have kind of that niche of who we're trying to help, who we're trying to look for. And I think a lot of times people become a business owner because they're passionate about something that's maybe helped them in their life. And so I think that just remembering your story and knowing how to really speak to those people, remembering where you came from and really being present with people and getting to just truly listen to their story so that you can relate to them. I think that relatability is extremely important.
Makes a lot of sense. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it talked about the difference between sympathy and empathy. They were saying that if you're sympathetic for someone and they're in the pool, you throw out the lifeline. If you're empathetic, you go ahead and dive in and get to them. It seems like you're relating to them on an empathetic level where you can get to know them and grow with them. How do you think this can help one of those members that are looking at the show today and help them to grow their business, trying to be a little bit more empathetic or work through that person's shoes?
I think just really asking questions, you know, and truly listening to their answer. I mean, you know, not getting too wrapped up, I guess, in what your intentions are, but truly like listening to why the person's even looking for your service or looking for, you know, and remembering that you're there to hopefully solve a problem for somebody. You know, you're there to hopefully meet them where they're at. And so I think just really asking good questions and truly listening so you can figure out how you're going to meet that need.
It sounds like that old adage, you have two ears and one mouth, you know, so listen to them so you can see how to best provide whatever their need is instead of saying you're going to take this structure, you know,
exactly.
if it's not working for them.
And I think there's not always like, you know, one size fits all approach to people. You know, everybody is different.
Yes.
And so I think that listening to someone's true needs and wants.
Good. Well, I definitely appreciate you sharing that because we all need tidbits over time to help us to get where we're going. What I want to ask now is, I know we're getting going on this journey. What does the future of your business look like? What are you thinking like 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now? What does that look like for you?
I would love to have my own wellness center. I would love to have other health coaches under me who, you know, and alongside me, I should say, who are, you know, all helping people kind of get to their root causes of either symptoms they've been trying to figure out the cause, the, you know, reason behind, or trying to, you know, maybe people are having problems with weight loss and they don't know why. And so I just really want to have like a network of health coaches that I'm working with who are all, maybe they all specialize in something a little bit different, and we can approach people's, those needs that I was talking about. If people are expressing exactly what they're looking for, I may not be the right person, but hopefully I can find other professionals in my field who, well, I can recommend this person, I have this person on my team. And so I would love to have a team of health coaches and personal trainers maybe too, in kind of the same setting. Because I think that fitness and health coaching go so well together. And I've learned that over the years, coming from a personal training background. I worked with so many people in the past who I could have helped so much better had I had the health coaching knowledge I currently have.
I gotcha.
And so I think coupling them together just helps people so much.
Okay. That's awesome, because it's always important to know what's next, because a lot of time business owners, they don't have an end destination. They're just going with what's happening. They're not really working off design. They're working off default. So it's good that you have a plan of where you want to eventually take the business. Now, let's say you have wellness centers all over the world, not just Georgia,
dream, right?
not just United States, but the world, baby. You got them everywhere.
Yep.
And you can take a step back and you can relax.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what Sarah would do after she gets everyone squared away.
Well, my husband and I have definitely talked about moving to Europe for a little bit.
Okay.
So I have celiac disease as well. And that's another diagnosis I've kind of had to navigate my way through, and another reason I'm into health coaching now. But apparently and so that means I cannot have gluten. And apparently in Europe though, people with celiac, I have heard, and I guess I'd have to try this out for myself, are able to eat the bread there.
Really?
And so
Just
I'm
different
pretty
ingredients,
fascinated about that. I really think it could be due to just the lesser processing that their grains go through.
Okay.
And just less, chemicals sprayed on things.
Yes, makes sense.
Things like that.
Makes
so,
sense.
I know. I'm really curious if that would work out for me. So my husband and I, we've never been to Europe, and I'm like, hey, even if I can't eat the bread, I'll go. I'll go. You're pulling my. I'll go at least for a year.
My leg, yes.
So I would love to be there for a little while.
I was gonna say this is the first time that I've done a burn the ship, and I said, hey, tell me what you want to do after. I want to eat bread.
Yes, I do. Some bread with good olive oil.
Yes,
Give me the good stuff.
That's great. That's great. Now tell us, for your business, your current business, how can someone get in contact with you to learn a little bit more about the processes you have in place to help them with their wellness? How can they contact you?
So emailing me at coach@sarahmullany.com is the best way to reach me.
Say it one more time so they can hear it.
coach@sarahmullany.com.
Excellent. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on today to share your journey about where you've been, where you are, and then where you're going. And we definitely appreciate you sharing with the audience that it is important not only to focus on your business, but to have a good work-life balance. So we definitely appreciate you sharing that. And what I always like to do is let any guest that comes onto the show have the last word.
Yeah.
So what is your last word for us here today?
I would say just, everyone out there, think about what are your dreams, Really dream big and don't let any fears hold you back.
Okay. Well, that's a good deal, guys. Listen, you can't be fearful. You have to get out there, put in the work. And as you put in that work, the fruits of your labor will come through. Sarah, we truly do appreciate you coming by today.
Thank you, Roderick.
I meant to call her Coach Sarah
Coach Sarah,
day.
yeah.
Coach Sarah, not just Sarah, Coach Sarah. Because she's going to help coach you to get to where you got to go. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we appreciate your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.